John, this is our newest addition to the multi-zone family, and right now LG has the ability to have what we call zones in the home, where you have 2 zones or 2 air handlers, and we can go all the way up to 8 air handlers for the home. What this does for you as a homeowner, it will get rid of most of your hot and cold spots throughout the home. By putting in this type of a system, you eliminate all of the hot and cold spots.
So I can adjust every room to whatever temperature that person's happy with in that room at that time.
That is correct. So you could have one room set at 66 degrees and maybe one set at 72. It just depends on who's living in the home. And as you know, men and women have a different temperature. So
exactly.
This is a very marriage-friendly unit, I'll say that.
Actually a very energy-efficient solution because they don't have to heat an area that, I want a bathroom in the morning to be warm. I don't have to heat the entire house to kind of take advantage of that.
Right, and a typical 1,800 square foot ranch home, you will have one system located at one end of the home, and then you'd have the air trying to condition the whole home. And typically in that type of an application, the rooms closest to wherever your air handler is will be the most comfortable. So the room furthest away from your air handler will get the least amount of air, it will be the most uncomfortable. What we can do now with LG is to take one of these multi-zone units, replace your single air handler, and put in 2 air handlers, or 3 or 4, and take care of the environment. You zone your home and only use the energy you need. You still get the great dehumidification, you get the great energy savings, you get the quiet application, and now you get additional comfort because you're only heating and cooling the areas that you need to cool and heat.
Yeah, and that's huge because you can talk about efficiency of the main furnace, but if I don't have to run it through every room I take away is that much energy I save.
One other thing, most units in the United States today are either on or they're off. You either run them at 100% or at 0. And just think about that. If you're driving a car, you either had to have your pedal all the way down going 120 miles an hour, or you're not traveling at all. These have our great advanced inverter compressors. What that allows you to do is to coast once it gets up to speed, thinking of a car. So you could travel at 35 miles an hour or 50 miles an hour, or these units will operate at 20%, 35%, 50%. So they're only going to use the amount of energy required to cool or heat your home. So it's a tremendous energy saver, and more important to you, it's a great money saver on your energy bills.
And it looks like the outdoor unit has a different form factor, so it's relatively thin and tall.
Absolutely.
And so fairly quiet?
Absolutely. When this is running at full power, it would be only in the mid-50s, which again meets all United States codes.
Yep, so very quiet even on the outside. You're not going to hear all your fans running outside the window.
You'll be able to hear your neighbor's units and not hear your own.
Yep, gotcha. All right, well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us today.
John, thank you very much for having us.